No matter who you are, no matter where you are on life's journey, there is a home for you here at Grace United Church of Christ. Hi everybody, welcome to your weekly update. I hope you are doing well. This week, we're going to be celebrating All Saints Sunday. And it's a time when we celebrate the saints that have gone before us, our loved ones who have passed on into whatever it is that comes next after this life. It's a time of remembering and realizing how they have influenced and shaped our faith. So All Saints Sunday this week. I am looking for phone props. Now, I am looking for old-style phones, not super old, but the kinds you might expect to see on like an old telethon or something for a sermon that's coming up towards the end of November. If you have something like that, if I could borrow it, I would be very appreciative. I only need like 4 of them. Doesn't have to work, just has to look like it's an old phone. So if you have one of those, please let me know. Also, we need a leader for youth worship on November 10th. If you are called to do that, please speak up. November 10th, we need a youth worship volunteer leader. The next announcement I want to bring your attention to is Pastor Frank Schaefer. There's going to be a candlelight vigil for him. He will be appearing before the United Methodist Council, where his authorization as a minister to preach the gospel is going to be questioned. And even though he remains convicted of his beliefs, the United Methodist Church does not share his conviction. Earlier in the year, he married his gay son to his now husband, and the church is questioning his right to do that. So there's going to be a candlelight vigil to hold him in prayer. If you can come, that would be spectacular. If you can't come, it is a great time to hold Pastor Frank Schaefer and the entire church in prayer as we continue to struggle with what this issue means in the life of the wider church. It remains a topic of division and passion on both sides of the issue. So great time to hold the church in prayer, the wider church in prayer about this. You might be wondering what we are doing in this idyllic setting. Well, I hope you're wondering, because that's the point. In this week's gospel lesson, Zacchaeus is up in a tree, and he is trying to get Jesus' attention. And it works. Being up in the tree as the crowd passes by gets Jesus' attention, and Jesus then is invited to dinner at Zacchaeus' house. And in the process, Zacchaeus is restored to a full member of the community. And that's exactly what our worship will be focusing around. Getting attention and welcoming strangers into the life of the church. It occurs to me that I am not the only one that needs to do these or can do these videos. If you have an announcement or something that you would like to share on one of these weekly updates, you are more than welcome to join me. You are also welcome to shoot your own video and get it to me. Technology provides us a lot of ways to get this done. So if you are interested, if you have something important to say, let me know, and we can work out the technology stuff. It's really not that complicated. Along those lines, I have a guest appearance for you this week. I know this morning I drove by the church that I served before I came to Grace. And even though I am excited and delighted to be at Grace, I still miss those people. I still wonder how they are doing and what they are doing and how that little church is getting along. I miss them. I understand that you have the same experience with your last pastor, Pastor Rachel. That even though you are looking to the future and wondering what God is calling you to be and do, you still miss Rachel, and that's okay. And so, without further ado, I would like to welcome our first guest appearance, Pastor Rachel, all the way from Cleveland.
Hi, Grace. I'm delighted to have a moment to say hello to you and to let you know that we are well and to send you my encouragement and my love during your transition. The kids and I are settling into life in Cleveland despite the fact that it has already snowed here. Despite that, Cleveland is a really good place for us. It is hard to leave what is familiar and fond, but we are doing really well here. Noah and Faith are fantastic, as you can imagine. Come here. Come here. Life is still very much about soccer for both kids. Say hello.
Sup?
Say hello.
Hi.
Noah, say hello.
Hello. Oh my God.
We are still doing soccer, and they are in school band. And my new ministry with the UCC office is fascinating. Thank you, Noah. There's some travel for me. There are really daily conversations about polity, about how we do what we do in the denomination. And so I am striving to be my best, do my best work, make you all proud, and to support the United Church of Christ in being its best. So it's good work, and you can tell the kids are fine. I think of you often and pray very much for what God is doing at Grace during this time of transition. When I travel for the UCC and lead workshops, often a topic of conversation continually is the change that is happening in how we do church and the change happening in how we do ministry. And so when I lead these conversations, I acknowledge in these times of conversation that change is not easy, and in fact, change is often very difficult. And in the midst of all of that, the interesting key is that our faith rests its hope in change. Our faith holds on to the hope that God is at work in change, that God isn't done changing us, transforming us, bringing about a new thing among us that looks, we pray, ever more like God with us and among us. So change is in the air in my work, even as we settle in and try to make Cleveland familiar. It's my prayer for the UCC that God will continue to change us. It's my prayer and my hope for Grace that God is at work in your changes, and it's very much the prayer that I'm hanging on to for the kids and I too. I continue to have great affection and appreciate who Grace is and how you all make grace happen in the church and in one another's lives and in the community. So we are thinking of you. It is lovely to say hello to you. Continue to go out into the world in peace and be of good courage. Peace be with you.
That was great. I am so glad that she was able to do that, and it was nice for me to be able to put a face to who she is. If you have time, here are a couple more YouTube links that you can follow if you've got some time. This one is for the Memorial Bells of Grace a little teaser. We're going to be doing the dedication of the bells on November 17th, as well as a music appreciation Sunday. And so this is going to be it's going to be a good Sunday. I hope you'll be in attendance if you're able. So again, here is a link to the YouTube video about the Memorial Bells of Grace. This last link that I'm putting up here is to a PBS video. And it's about a half an hour long video, but it is a good video. And what it does is it looks at 3 churches spread out across the United States. And 3 churches in the United Church of Christ who have wrestled with the ONA issue, the open and affirming issue, something Grace has already done. And so it's a great video that looks at, how the location of the church or the part of the country that the church is in doesn't matter as much as the issues of faith going on. And it seems to me that there is a lot of Grace's story told within these churches. So if you've got about half an hour, I invite you to take a look at that video. It's good. It's good. I think that is everything, unless I think of something else to tack on at the end here. So, with that being said, until next time, God be with you.